10 years ago, India was seen as a joke, or at best, a country to watch. Fast forward to 2025. India's playing the game, setting the rules, and now others are ripping off its playbook. Stick around, because the ratio of laughs to copycats is about to flip. In 2010, India was rising, but tepidly. Today, it's a digital India powerhouse, a diplomatic heavyweight, and a cultural magnet. Governments, brands, and even entire countries are now copying Indian innovations. From port strategies to public health tech, from super apps to UPI. Let's break down exactly who laughed and who's now busy stealing ideas. But before we dive in, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. I subscribe, and I'll personally welcome you into the family. With that said, let's get started. Number 1. Digital payments, from Chaiwala app to global gold standard. Back in 2010, the idea of street vendors accepting digital payments in India was laughable to many. Come on, they said, how's a Chaiwala going to use a QR code? Fast forward to 2025, and the joke's on them. Unified Payments Interface, UPI, is now the envy of the world. Lightning fast, zero fee, and works on everything from smartphones to basic feature phones. Today, UPI processes over 10 billion transactions a month, and it's not just in India. France, Singapore, UAE, Bhutan, and others are either integrating or actively studying it. Meanwhile, in the West, people still wait 2 to 3 days for their paycheck to clear and pay $35 for a bounced check fee. In India, your vegetable guy probably has a faster payment system than your average American retail store. Let that sink in. Number 2. Adar and India Stack. Identity infrastructure like no other. Critics in 2010 scoffed. You can't build a national ID for over 1 billion people. There's no way it'll work. Guess what? India did it. And better than most of the developed world. With over 1.4 billion people digitally identifiable, Adar has become the foundation of everything. Banking, subsidies, mobile SIMs, healthcare, you name it. And it's not just an ID card. It's India Stack, an open API digital infrastructure that powers secure, inclusive access to services. Now, countries like Morocco, Ethiopia, and the Philippines are knocking on the door asking, how do we do what you did? The same experts who once laughed. They're now writing white papers on it. Number 3. Telecom Revolution. The Jio shockwave. When Mukesh Ambani launched Jio in 2016 with free data and dirt-cheap smartphones, people said, this is financial suicide. Fast forward to 2025. That suicide mission turned into the biggest data revolution on Earth. Jio crushed the competition, brought hundreds of millions online, and made 4G access cheaper than a samosa. Today, India has the lowest mobile data rates in the world, and the highest video consumption per capita. The twist? Global telecom giants, from Africa to Latin America, now study Jio's model in B-School case studies. They're asking how India managed to bring the internet to the masses without going bankrupt. Spoiler alert, disruption plus vision equals dominance. Number 4. Pharma and vaccine diplomacy. In 2010, Indian pharma was considered a cheap generics factory. Great for budget meds, not taken seriously for cutting-edge stuff. Then came 2021. COVID hit, and while the rich countries hoarded vaccines, India became the pharmacy of the world. Through the Vaccine Maitri initiative, it shipped 70+ million doses to over 90 countries, some for free. That's not just soft power, it's serum diplomacy. Now, countries are desperate to tie up with Indian pharma for not just vaccines, but API manufacturing, biotech, and R&D partnerships. Those who once dismissed India's medical sector now want to manufacture with it, regulate like it, and yes, copy it. Number 5. Space program. Budget popcorn. Blockbuster impact. When India launched Mangalyaan, its Mars orbiter, in 2013 on a $74 million budget, less than the cost of the movie Gravity, the world clapped, but with condescension. Nice little science project, they said. Then came Chandrayaan-3 in 2023, and India became the first country to land on the moon's south pole. All while spending a fraction of what NASA or Roscosmos would. ISRO has become the go-to agency for budget launches, deploying satellites for countries from Europe to Africa. In fact, some nations are ditching their own programs to partner with ISRO. In 2025, the big question isn't can India reach space? It's can we do it like India? Number 6. Infrastructure plus smart cities. Indian roads are chaos. Yeah, that's what they said, past tense. Fast forward to 2025 and India is laying down infrastructure like it's playing a real-life game of SimCity, but with actual stakes and world-class results. From Delhi to Mumbai, smart highways with AI-powered traffic systems are reducing congestion and saving lives. Bullet trains? Not a dream, actual projects are racing ahead, with Japan backing the Mumbai-Ahmedabad route using their Shinkansen technology. Tech-integrated cities. India is building entire smart zones with facial recognition security, digital governance, and sustainable energy grids. The G20, watching closely. Germany and Japan aren't just impressed. They're borrowing blueprints and co-investing. The real flex. India isn't just building for today, it's future-proofing its urban sprawl. Number 7. Cultural soft power. Bollywood, yoga, and beyond. Once upon a time, Bollywood dance numbers were punchlines in late-night shows. Now, those same hosts are dancing to Kala Chashma on TikTok. India's cultural soft power has exploded across global pop culture. Bollywood music tops Spotify charts. Yoga studios are as common in New York as Starbucks. Indian cuisine. It's no longer niche, it's chic. And get this, Diwali is now an official celebration at the White House, complete with rangolis and ladoos. Even Marvel can't resist. Think Ms. Marvel and Eternals featuring Indian characters and mythology. India isn't just influencing culture, it's setting trends. Number 8. Tech talent domination. Remember the 2000s stereotype. Tech support with an Indian accent. Now it's, hello boss, I'm your CEO. From Google to Microsoft, Adobe to IBM, Indian origin leaders are not just in the room, they're at the head of the table. And it's not just about big tech. Startups in Bengaluru, AI labs in Hyderabad, and space tech unicorns are reshaping global innovation. India's coding talent is so vast that even Silicon Valley relies on it to stay afloat. The twist: the same people who crack jokes about Indian engineers are now working under them. Respect the drip. Number 9. Diplomatic clout and global South leadership. India once stood quietly on the sidelines of global politics. Neutral, hesitant. Now, it's the unofficial voice of the global South, and everyone's listening. India is mediating between Western powers and the BRICS bloc. It's hosting global summits, chairing G20 meetings, and setting the agenda for climate, trade, and tech policy. The non-aligned movement, reinvented as a power play. Western allies want India to counterbalance China. Russia wants India to anchor stability. Africa and Latin America, they see India as a role model, a fellow developing nation that made it big without selling out. India's diplomacy is no longer passive. It's pragmatic, strategic, and impossible to ignore. Number 10. Defense and indigenous tech boom. Here's the kicker. India used to be one of the world's biggest arms importers. Now, it's building and exporting cutting-edge weapons. We're talking BrahMos missiles, So good that even Southeast Asia is placing orders. Indigenous drones, AI-powered surveillance, and private sector defense startups are redefining warfare on the subcontinent. Even the US wants deeper military collaboration, while Russia is watching its former client turn into a competitor. This isn't about keeping up anymore. It's about leading. And when India leads in defense, it doesn't just defend its borders, it reshapes global power dynamics. So here we are, in a world where the underdog has become the blueprint. Countries that once smirked at India are now frantically taking notes, tweaking policies, and scrambling to keep up. It's not just about catching up with the future. It's about learning from the one country bold enough to invent it. With that said, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. And until next time.